Hi, welcome to SoCode. And for our returning subscribers and viewers, regular viewers, I'll say welcome back. So this video is going to be a product of a suggestion of one of our viewers or subscribers who suggested that we make this application to portray the standard application or the features that you expect in a standard enterprise application. And that's why I've created this part 3. The part 1 and part 2 are in the playlist. If you, I would recommend that you take time to watch the part 1 and part 2 of this video, because it's actually a very interesting one and practical. So in this video, we want to look at enhancing the user interface and what do I call it? And enhance the interactivity of the application such that we are going to be including some features, basically CRUD operation that involves. So we have treated creation in the past videos, but here we'll be talking about edit and deleting of items on the application, because in practical terms you would never have an application where you are not able to delete, where users are not able to delete records or are not able to edit or make corrections. So the suggestion is actually much appreciated by the viewer who suggested that, oh, why not make this application look more realistic by including edit and delete? And that is what I've put together in this video, and let's get into it. Deleting is actually a sensitive thing in applications and in general terms while talking about systems, applications, or the rest. Possibly after this video, we may be looking at something more, something else in terms of deleting records. However, in this video, what the method we'll be approaching, that we'll be adopting, is a total delete. But in real life scenarios, do you really think records are deleted forever? When you delete stuff, when you delete things on social media, do you actually believe that they are deleted forever, or they are hidden somewhere, but to you they are deleted? So you might want to think about that for a second, for a moment. And in WhatsApp, for instance, if you are a user of WhatsApp and you try to delete a post of yourself, then you get feedback asking delete for everyone or delete for me. And if you delete for yourself, it's going to go off your page, but it's still going to be there on the other person's side or the group member side. So by that, do you really think things get deleted permanently? Let's keep that till the end of this video, or in another video where we are going to explore how interfaces, how platforms delete records and they are not actually deleted. A false delete, what we could call a false delete. And I think it actually makes sense for record purposes, for investigations, and for log. However, in this video, what we are going to be learning or demonstrating is a total delete. So we have this application that is already been developed in part 1 and part 2 of it. So we've got these items, pizza and their prices, the product, the expiry date, the manufacturing date, the product ID, and the price. So this application has been enhanced with barcode scanner or barcode scanning feature as the primary input device. So let's just rearrange few things to create more space around, because we want to now include a delete button and an edit button right there. So the delete button is the trash icon. So let's put that into place. So I've had to chop some part of the video off. So, I mean, of the process of just to make things faster. So, and ensure that you always select the first item when you are adding items so that it automatically cascades down the list in case you already have records in your thing. So what we'll be doing, so let's pause for a moment and let me describe what we're trying to achieve here. So what we want to do is that you're going to click on delete, and the software is not going to delete straight away. It's going to ask you, are you sure you really want to delete? Then you can then have a second thought, or you want to go straight ahead and kill kill the record. So the idea is to create an overlay, like a box, a confirmation box, and from there you have a yes button and a no button to decide or to tell the system to go ahead and delete, or no, to abort the mission. So we're going to uh, declare a variable called delete confirmation overlay, which is going to be the property that variable is going to be the property that will drive the visibility of the overlay to either show or hide. So this variable delete confirmation is going to be a Boolean variable. Okay, delete confirmation overlay, right? Let's do it that way. Delete confirmation overlay, declare it as false. So meaning that when this page is being opened, the overlay is not going to be showing. Anyways, we've not assigned that a variable to any control just yet, or any object just yet, but it's been declared at the on visible of this screen, meaning that the moment this screen is loaded, initialize that Boolean variable. We'll be going back to it in a bit, but let's create our overlay object. That's rectangle right there, and we've set it to a kind of transparency. And yeah, I recommend that you subscribe if you have not already done so. I promise you're going to get value for that, and it also helps the channel. So let's just create our overlay. Are you sure you want to delete this item? Then that option, let's set this to show the actual item we are going to be deleting, just to help the user to be sure of what is actually trying to delete. So set that to the gallery 1. That's the generic name. I usually do not recommend that you use generic naming convention. I mean, naming for your variables or for your objects. It's always better to use reasonable names, or names that are associated with the functionality of that control. But let's keep it that way for now, more so that I think that's the only gallery we have in this application so far, if I remember correctly. So that's the gallery 1. So we've set the gallery 1 dot we've set we set the label right there to the selected the product name of the selected item from the gallery. So right here, what do we want to happen when the user clicks on yes? Number 1, it should remove the item that is selected. Then notify the user that the process is successful, and then make the overlay disappear. And how do you do that? Just do that by reinitializing or updating the value of the Boolean to false. That is, visible equals false. That takes it off view. Then for no, it means you don't want to continue with this action, and so you just want the overlay, the confirmation box, to disappear. Okay, let's use a variable name that is kind of sounds well. Delete confirmation overlay visible false. Right, so let's change that in every other places we've used it. And that's why it's always good to have a good planning when you are starting your application, so that you don't run into this kind of necessity going around your pages, changing variable names and all that. It can be a pain in the neck. Right, so we've got all our objects ready on the overlay. So you take the pen to select all of them one by one and group, so that they appear and disappear as a single item, a single object. Cool. Yeah, so let's give that a name, GRP overlay, and that's it. GRP overlay. Then let's set the visible property of it to the variable we have defined. You remember on the unvisible page, on the unvisible property of that, we set it to false, meaning that when that page is loaded, it is invisible. Now I've clicked on the delete and nothing is happening because we haven't actually associated that action with the desired process to follow. So, but what we want to happen is the overlay to appear. So we reset the variable to true as soon as the trash icon is clicked, because we don't just want to fire down and delete the record. You want to prompt your user in instances like this to be sure they actually want to carry on with the action they are selecting. So that happens, and yes, on clicking it, the overlay just shows up, and that is the trick right there. Are you sure you want to delete? No. And it simply just disappears. Now we are on BAM. Yes, we want to delete BAM from our store for whatever purpose, and when you delete, they are gone forever. Yes, we want to delete Blender, and so these are actually deleted forever, but in real life scenarios, the delete should actually take them off view. Someone with elevated privilege should be able to go to some kind of log and see items that are deleted, and possibly in future we will add reasons as part of the prompt when an item is being deleted. So for the update, what we just want to do is, when an item is clicked, capture that item, and that is simply done by setting the global variable item selected to the item that is selected, gallery1.selected. So we're using set, which indicates it's a global variable, because we want to use that variable elsewhere in the application. I mean, another screen. So set is to create a global variable that is visible or that is accessible around the application on different other screen. So let's just create a replica of our registration screen for the edit. So it's just by right clicking on the original screen, the existing screen, and click on duplicate, then rename that to, let's say, our product edit. Then I think let's just do away with the scan with the scanner here. Let's just do away with the scanner. It may be ideal to leave the scanner there, so that I think that's what is actually ideal. It could any which way you want it. So you could scan the item directly here, or come from the product list page. So let's just edit this item. So it's no longer going to be a value from the barcode. And if that's the way you want to do your own, you can leave the barcode button there and blah blah blah. So let's set the product ID to the item selected. You remember we've set the item selected as a global variable in the product list page, and that value can be accessible on another screen. So right here we have assigned the value of product ID to item selected.product ID. So let's make the product ID field disabled. So, or you could set that's a way of setting it to read only, because you don't expect it's actually the product, I mean the record key, and in many instances you don't want to allow editing of product key. It could mess things up, but if you study your application and it looks like you could manage it, then it's fine. But for this, product ID has to be read only. Meanwhile, we continue to set every other field to item selected dot the field name. And this is the price, item selected dot price, and that's cool. Then for the submit, you remember we have just made a duplicate of the other screen, so we have everything intact there, and we have to change that. So now we're not patching, but we're updating. However, you could also use patch to update records, to update your records, not only to create records, but you can actually use patch to update records. But I have chosen to use update if. So update if, this means update the so-called stores where product ID equals the product ID of the selected item, and every other thing looks fine. And notify product updated successfully, notification type success, and hold that notification for 3 seconds at 3000 milliseconds. Now I think we look good, so let's go back to a login page. Okay, search. All right, let's check that. Okay, so as soon as the item has been stored in the variable, the selected item has been stored in that variable, then let's navigate to the product edit screen. Let's log in and let's run our application and see what it looks like right now. Search item. Okay, click on edit. Yeah, so you got that product ID, the product name, the manufacturing date, expiry date, and the price. So let's change this to pepperoni pizza, and the price. Let's modify the price. Yes. So it's gone up a bit. It's festive season. Some things go up, some items come down in price. Yeah, so we've got that sorted. But meanwhile, let's add something. Let's add back, so that when you're done, you get notification, and then you go back to the previous page, previous screen. Okay, I think we need to expand that placeholder right there to be able to see clearly. Yep, login again. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, we've got pepperoni pizza 2460 USD. Then let's update supplement to multivitamin. Let's put supplement in the bracket, and and the price has come down. We're encouraging the use of supplement. Submit. Right, and we've got that right there. Supplement. I think we still need to extend the placeholder further. Yep, and let's reduce the font size. Right, I think that looks nice for now. Okay, login again. We've got that. Okay, let's do edit. This is actually wrongly spelled, so that's one of the reasons why you want to have edit on your application. So this is bagels, and bagels has also come down. Fair enough. Right, so we have bagels updated, the price is updated as expected and all that. So I think I've got a record there, blank. Got the blank record there, so let's delete it. Yes, that's actually a blunder from the registration. You should actually validate your entries, your users' entries, and be sure they are not submitting empty. So let's update cod liver oil. Right, so if you look at this, you see that we've got cod liver oil in two places, and that's because the product ID, this product has been scanned into the database twice. This is wrong. This is a blunder. It shouldn't happen in real life, but let's pardon let's pardon this phase as a development stage, and that is quite normal. But what should happen in real life scenario is to check every product ID that is going in and validate that they are not duplicated. And in cases where they have to be duplicated, there has to be reasons for that, and there has to be something else to be used as the product ID, as the record key. So let's go ahead and okay, so this has not got product ID, it's empty. I think we should delete that too. Delete, yes, and that's it. So we've got two cod liver oil. Let's delete one. I think we should delete one. Okay, yeah, they have same product ID, same everything. I think we should yank that off. But anyways, we come back to that. Okay, another kind of pizza. This one is Christmas pizza. That's the flavor. 1071, in the spirit of Christmas, I guess. Then okay, got that. So I think we should pop this guy out. Yeah. Okay, we have it. Looks good so far. So let's log out and let's publish our application. So now we go to access this on the phone, on the mobile device, and see what it looks like. So right here, I'm logging in on the phone, and I've got my product right there. So I want to edit A to Z multivitamin. So I'm changing this to A to Z multivitamins, and minerals. Let's change the price as well and submit. Right, A to Z multivitamins and minerals, blah blah blah, $12.99 USD. That's cool. So that's updated. Let's delete. Okay, bagels. I think we've actually deleted bagels on. Have we? Okay, I think we didn't. I think we deleted only a blender and something else, right? Okay, so application looks good, but back into the development environment, you could still see that bagels is still showing right there. A to Z multivitamin is still showing right there. We've got to refresh our database, our data source, because when you are in development environment, it does not sync immediately. You will have to refresh the database, right? So to see multivitamin is going back up, and now the updates again. So we have tried to update from the mobile device and from the system. Since we are not scanning, we are safe to do everything we want to do on the system, but just to have a feel of how the mobile looks like, it's why I also included the login from the mobile. So that's it. That's it in this video. Thank you for stopping by, and please remember to hit the subscribe button, leave your comment, and like the video. Thank you.